Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're looking at some very entitled Bridzillas. This is a topic that I have been spending the last few weeks while I was sick at home, and I hope you enjoy it as well. So let's get into it. This one's actually a copy from Am the A-hole post, but I still thought it was hilarious, so I wanted to include it. Am the A-hole for offering only $35,000 for my daughter's wedding. My wife, female 65, and I, male 65, are retired and financially comfortable. Our oldest daughter, female 31, and her fiancé, male 32, live together in a high-cost living city. They recently got engaged and are planning on a wedding between 80 to 100 people to take place in about 18 months. For only 15 will be from our family. We have given my daughter a check of $35,000 to help to pay for the wedding. She believes we should pay for the entire wedding of around $70,000. We've given our daughter approximately $300,000 since graduating from college for living expenses and continue to give her $20,000 annually. $20,000? That's so much money! What? Damn! We intend to continue giving her this money after marrying. We pointed out that if she saved the money we give her between now and the wedding, it would be a total another $30,000. She states she felt the annual money was for her personal use and shouldn't have been used for the wedding. Also, her and her fiancé make about $220,000 combined. Am I the a-hole for not paying the whole wedding when we can't afford to pay? No, this has already been deemed not the a-hole. You can see it up here, and I 100% agree. The fact that he's given her $35,000 for the wedding and given her $20,000 annually just to pay for it already shows how entitled she is into thinking that she deserves that money, because you don't. You don't. The only thing that this post really shows is how much of an entitled brat you raised. Like, seriously. How can you be that entitled? That's so much money. Also, are you adopting? I need to know. For a friend. I'm sorry. This is so much. This is the first post and it's already getting me like really cranked out. I hate this so much. Clients want a refund on her non-refundable deposit. I'm a wedding planner and photographer from Virginia. Recently my client decided that she no longer wishes to continue with the service because she needs more help with her wedding than we originally agreed upon. She insinuated that she would be taking legal actions if I did not refund her non-refundable deposit. Contract states that if the client cancels, they will receive all monies paid except for the non-refundable deposit. The only money I have received from her is the non-refundable deposit, and have reminded her of the contract that we both signed. She will not text or email me regarding to the context and continues to demand we speak on the phone. I'm not sure whether or not it's legal in the state of Virginia to record a phone conversation, but she's gone from being respectful and professional to threatening to sue me. Edit 1. I agreed on a phone call conversation with her today. How should I go about cancelling it? I have done my best to be professional, but she's getting very nasty over the phone. Added 2, she has now resulted in reaching out to vendors from my recommended list via email and telling them that I am scamming her. Jeez. Why are all... Okay, so everybody who's getting married gets like super aggressive about this whole stuff, and I don't understand it. I've seen so many from these weird Bridzilla stories that I can't even believe they're real anymore. But like, if she wants to find another service, that's fine, but there is this non-refundable fee that you can't get a refund on, even no matter what you do it. She most likely realized that. I guess she called a lawyer or whatever and asked them about it, and the lawyer was like, yeah, no, that's not how it works. And that's why she's calling the vendors from you, which is like the most shitty thing to do. But still, this is insane. Like, all the stories are... I'm just grasping the idea of what a Bridzilla even is. Like, it's insane to me, the stories that you do. Here's another one from Am I the Asshole? I love the subreddit. This is definitely actually a video I'm going to do on next, because like, am I the a-hole is just such a weird subreddit to me. Am I the a-hole for being upset with my sister for wanting to skip my wedding because of her miscarriage? First of all, you've already been deemed the a-hole, and I agree. No matter what you write after this, you are the a-hole. I'm sorry, but you are. I'm female, 28, getting married next week. Invitations are out, wedding planning was complete, and everything is going according to plan. However, my sister, 31 female, just had a miscarriage, and mom told me that she told her she decided to not come to my wedding. I was dumbfounded. I called my sister to talk about it, and she said she's exhausted and doesn't feel like attending. Obviously, I think that is a reasonable state, and I think to say that is totally fine, and you thinking that it's not fine is a problem. Of course it's fine. Just if she says she doesn't want to, like, it's fine. Damn. Oh my goodness, that makes me feel so sad. Why are you part of this family? I told her that this is my wedding, not some family dinner she had her husband decide to skip. She apologized, hoping that I'd understand. But I said that I don't, because I really don't understand what does a miscarriage have to do with me. Oh my god. She apologized, hoping that I'd understand. But I said that I don't, because I really don't understand what does her miscarriage has to do with being at my wedding. What? It's not like she gave birth and needed to stay with the baby. What the heck? Oh my god. She must have made me on speaker because her husband heard and started scolding me about how this is a traumatic experience, and then my sister just went through and oh my god. I'm so sorry. I can't read this without thinking what a terrible person this is. Oh, because the husband heard and started scolding me about how this is a traumatic experience. Obviously, that my sister just went through and said that I wasn't sensitive to talk to her like this. You are a freaking B-word. The hell with you. Oh my goodness, this is horrible. I do not like that. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh no. I asked him to I asked him to stay out of it, but he started arguing, telling me to respect my sister's wish and respect that they're grieving. I insisted that he let me talk to her, but he said we were done talking. I ended up losing my temper with him, and he told me, F your wedding, then hung up. My fiancé was in the room and heard me say that. He wanted to uninvite him and my sister over this incident, but I didn't let him. I called mom and she promised to speak to my sister and convincing her to come. No, if she doesn't want to come, she doesn't want to come, okay? Hell no. My dad called me later on and stated... Oh my god. My dad called me later on and started berating me about harassing my sister and told me to leave her alone. Yes, leave her alone. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. This is so much. No. I asked him if my brother-in-law told him about a fight, but he got defensive and told me he got off both my sisters and her husband's back and dropped it. I told him how upset and hurt I was that my sister decided to skip my wedding and how little she thought of it. He replied that my sister has a valid reason and I was coming across unfeeling and selfish not to see that. Lashed out over missing a party. This is not a party. That is my wedding. It matters to me. Oh my god. I was there for hers. Why can't she do the same and show up for a few hours? Because she just miscarried. What are you talking about? hell, you can't be that insensitive. Oh my god, yeah, just a short reminder. Your wedding is not the center of the universe. Not to anyone else besides you maybe, but not to anyone else. Like if your sister says she doesn't want to come, then she doesn't want to come, and it's super fine. It's none of your business. She doesn't have to be there. It's not about going there for a few hours. It's about like, that said, you won't tell me again to leave my sister alone and urge me to stop bringing it up and gang up with my mom to get my sister to go. But I wasn't doing that. You literally did. You just made an entire post about it. You literally did. You gaslight the whole situation. Like, if your sister says, I don't want to come, you say, okay, that's your right, and that's it. You're not being reasonable here. You're the one being unreasonable. Oh my god. This is insane. I'm losing my mind. This is completely insane. Long story short, tension has been taking over since then. Mom thinks that a calm discussion will do, but I feel like my feelings are ignored and misunderstood, especially from my sister. EDA 1. My bill did not say F your wedding, he actually said F you and your wedding. 2. I love my sister, I get her struggle, but I wanted her to be there because I care about her. Well, if you care about her, you wouldn't force her to be there. That's like the main thing, okay? Reading this story gives me headaches. If she says she doesn't want to be there, she doesn't have the strength to be there, she doesn't have to be there, okay? It will be a great party with or without your sister. I understand that not having your sister there might be a bad thing and makes you a little bit upsetty, but there is a big difference between losing a child and not having your sister there, and I think it's super fine to say, I don't have my sister in this party, thank you. I'm losing my mind. These are insane. These are literally insane. Okay, this one says not mine, seen group by them. There are too many of these types of people. So this is the mother-in-law who writes this text. You've already seen it. Did I not just show you my wedding album last week? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude or anything, but are you planning on wearing your wedding dress to our wedding? What? We could help you find a similar one that fits our planned color instead. Yeah, so I totally agree. Wearing a wedding dress to someone else's wedding is not nice. Don't do it. The response they got is the best thing possible. It's sadly cut off after the sentence. Like even if I brighten up the image, it's cut off after the sentence. I don't know how it goes on. Do not play these games with me, you skank. It is my son's wedding, and I'm paying for over half of it. I will wear whatever effing dress I please. And if you have something to say about it, well, good luck to your family, because Lord knows they are too poor to afford. Oh my god, because they are too poor to be. Well, good luck to your family, because Lord knows they are too poor to afford it, seeing as I'm already paying for more than half. Don't you dare even think. Okay, I guess this mother-in-law asked to pay for it, or they asked her to pay for it, I'm not 100% sure. But either way, this is effed up, especially like the response. I think that asking for someone to not wear a wedding dress to a wedding is a reasonable question, and I think this is insane. I think you are insane. Thank you very much for bringing up your thoughts, but your thoughts are stupid, so please keep them to yourself next time. Thank you. Okay, this is another example of Emma the A-hole. I should just make a show about Emma the A-hole, and it's all gonna be just Bridzillas going crazy. But I love the Emma the A-hole stories. They are just really, really crazy to read sometimes. So this one is about two sisters who's getting married very, very close to another. Yeah, the title is Emma the A-hole for getting married before my sister after she announced her wedding first. So it's about a date thing. I really feel bad and don't know if I'm the a-hole and how I could make everybody happy. So my sister and I were as children always very competitive in sports, grades, etc. But as I got older, I didn't want that anymore, so I changed to a different sport and studied something completely different than her. She then started to get competitive with our personal life. She was always very passive-aggressive about me having a boyfriend first. Later, I moved together with my boyfriend and she mean comments about it all the time. After a while, she found her perfect match and things got easier. I know that she wanted to get married first and be the first one to have children, and it didn't bother me at all because I'm not in a hurry. Last Christmas, she announced that she was getting married in 2023, and I was really happy for her. Good. That's a good start, isn't it? At the beginning of this month, my boyfriend, 26, and I got a call from his younger brother, 24. He was informed from his doctor that he has a very aggressive disease. We couldn't believe it and went to his home to be there for him. My boyfriend was his best man for his brother's wedding. Their dad died when they were little and they were very close. It means a lot to him. Last week my boyfriend asked me if I would marry him. He said that he could understand it's not that romantic, but he said that he wanted to marry while his brother is here and to have him as his best man. I never cared about an expensive wedding with a lot of people and always wanted to have a nice day with the most important person in our life, so I could totally get that. I agreed because I love him and also know how happy it would make his little brother. But immediately knew that this would cause stress with my sister. I called her. She knows that my boyfriend's brother is very sick and told her about the proposal and that it will be only a small wedding this year with her, my parents, grandparents and some friends. So she could still have the big wedding first. She got mad and called me jealous and that I'm using a dying person to get married first. I know that she was overreacting, but I also feel bad because she announced it first and it means so much to her. I don't want to ruin her moment, so am I the a-hole? Also added, I'm 25 and she's a little older, 27. Also grammar spelling because English my second language. Darling, you have bigger problems. You have a crazy sister. Don't care about your grammar. This is like, you're having good grammar because you're having my style of spelling, I feel like, so it's alright. I think you're good. I think you are not the asshole. That's also what the internet deems her. The title clearly says not the a-hole, and I think your sister is insane. I understand that she thinks it's a little bit of a competitive thing, but still, all of this is insane. You are not the asshole. She is. Thank you for listening. Am I the a-hole for refusing to walk my daughter down the aisle? I am male 39, have two daughters, Marie 27 and Julie 23. For context, Julie is not my biological daughter since I married my current wife. She was only 2, and since her dad was absent, I adopted her as my own, but I love both my daughters the same. That being said, I'm closer to Julie since she has and still lives with us and we do almost everything together. Instead, Marie is closer to her mom, mainly because her mom got full custody of her and has never lived with me. Now to the main issue. Julie got engaged about a year ago and immediately asked me to walk her down the aisle. I of course agreed and have actively helped her with the planning of the wedding, which is scheduled in October 2022. A couple of weeks ago, Marie asked me to grab a coffee with her and let me know she's currently pregnant and will soon get married. To be honest, this got me off guard since I didn't even know she had a boyfriend. She apparently will have quite a fast wedding since she doesn't want to show too much, meaning her wedding will be in 3 months. She says it'll be a small ceremony and asked me to walk her down the aisle. I felt weird about it since I don't even know her fiancé and it's all of a sudden, so I asked her to let me think about it. It seems like this answer surprised her, but she understood. I then went home and let my wife and daughter know, and Julie asked me to please decline since she wanted to be the first one to be walked down the aisle, and since she asked first, thinks that I have a stronger commitment to her. I agreed since this is more of an us thing rather than an afterthought like Mary wedding. I agreed since this is more of an us thing rather than an afterthought like Mary's wedding. I then sent a message to Mary telling her to let her know my decisions with the brief explanation and even offered some options, like her mom or stepdad to walk her down the aisle. I also reassured her that I'd still be with her there and support her with anything. She almost immediately called me crying and telling me how much of a horrible father I am and how I apparently have always played favorite, which hurts me since it's simply not true. I love them both. I tried to explain my reasoning, but she said it doesn't matter and doesn't care about my excuses. She ends up hanging up, and my ex has been sending me tons of texts berating me and calling me names. Now, word has spread to some family members as well, and they're calling me a deadbeat and trash, but my wife and daughter agree that my decision is the only fair one and shouldn't be pursued into doing something I don't want. I'm starting to feel guilty, but I'm honestly unsure. Am I the a-hole for refusing to walk my daughter down the aisle? There are two edits to this. Sorry, I'm scrolling down a little bit. Edit, I don't know what to do now. The comments have really opened my eyes on how horrible I was to my daughter. I feel like I should say he has been deemed the a-hole for that. He has been deemed the a-hole, so yeah. I don't know what to do now. These comments have really opened my eyes on how horrible I was to my daughter. I feel like I've been obvious to several things I did and allowed to happen. I feel like the worst a-hole there is, and I don't even know if there's room to fix it, but I'll try to reach out to her. But after reading your options, I doubt she'll accept, and I totally get it. Edit 2. I posted a proper update on my page. Thanks for helping out. Yeah, I don't care about the second update. So obviously this guy was deemed the a-hole, and I understand that. It's his daughter asking him to walk him down the aisle, and he's declining. That's just something very, very heartbreaking to her. I totally understand that, and I'm glad he sees that as well. I'm glad he took the comments in and he realized that he was in the wrong, and it's helping him understand it, and that he got down there and he's fixing his problems. I'm glad he does that. That's what you should do, darling. Okay, this is a good one. Wedding sponsored. A bit of background. We are from South America and don't have very clear the American wedding traditions. Is that a thing? My brother-in-law is getting married. His fiancée is Mexican. And of course, he asked my husband to be his best man. But also let us know that the tradition is for the best man to sponsor the couple's wedding rings. What the heck is that a thing? I never heard of that, but I'm also not American, so who knows? And that everyone is collaborative with some expensive. The bride's parents are paying for the venue, some cousin is paying for the alcohol, etc. The thing is, we never heard of these traditions. My husband and I got married last year, and my brother-in-law was of course the best man, and he got 30 minutes late to the ceremony and didn't even have a speech prepared. Now he's saying we have to buy a freaking wedding ring, claiming it's some kind of American-Mexican tradition? Dude, you're not supposed to determine your guests pay for your wedding. Am I crazy, or are they trying to rip us off? By the way, we're not wealthy. Think of 2 out-of-college broke college students who decided to immigrant. Okay, so I think this is insane. And you should not be put responsible for anything. I think it's not your responsibility to pay for anything in there. I'll be glad to participate in this tradition. I've checked my current financial obligation and upcoming expenses. Based on my current numbers, I can offer you a ring budget of $15. What? Oh, you don't think that's enough? I'm sorry. My tradition is to maintain a healthy financial... Gosh, I'd never take up that. I don't want to dishonor my tradition to you. This is hilarious. I love that. Good for you, man. Good for you. You have a better financial situation than I. Oh, this is great. See, that's why I love it. Oh. Haha, this one is great. I showed up to my house Haha, this one is great. I showed it to my husband and we're very serious thinking of this as an answer. I love that. That's the OP. I love that. I love that for you. Please do give us an update. It was 2 months ago. Give us an update. What did they say? I want to know what they said, please. Another possibility. Hey, cool tradition. I'm in. By the way, since you didn't get to enjoy being part of this awesome tradition when you were my best man last year, you can sponsor an anniversary band for OP. I'll show you what I want and you buy it. When we're at the jewelry store looking for your ring. This will be fun. Thanks for making new traditions to our family. I choose all of the answers, not just random big ass things in that back. Like, yeah, so I want this, and this. Thank you. Great. This is amazing. This is just. So my husband just told me they were talking and he randomly dropped the style of ring sets that they want that matches with his fiance's engagement ring. I can't tolerate any further updates. I love my husband, but he's so naive when it comes to the abusive behavior of his brother. That's insane. Thank you. That was my pep talk. That's just completely insane. I love it. This is really great. I love it. Everything is great. Amazing. Thank you for that. No, that was a great. That was amazing. I'm so happy. I loved it every second. Thank you. Very good. Okay, everyone, that was it for today's video. I can't do any more. I'm already cracked up on these stories. Seriously, please let me know what was your favorite story. What would you have done? Especially on the last one. What would be your reaction if someone comes to you and be like, hey, by the way, you have to pay my wedding ring. This just cracks me up, seriously. You're not supposed to be in the picture. Okay. But seriously, everybody, I love you all. I loved making this video. I love making videos like this. If you all loved and enjoyed this video, please let me know. And yeah, you'll hear from me in a bit. Everybody, if you don't know me yet, please look at my Twitch. This is the main platform I use for streaming, for obvious reasons, but this is also my most active platform. That's what I wanted to say. I'm good at this outro stuff, okay? Very good. I love you all. Thank you all for being here, and I'll see you all in the next video.